How are you guys? This is the Needed Report. Your host, Tarima Kosi Constantine. And I'm so happy today to have you, Adili, on the show.
Thank you so
How are
much,
you
Kosi.
doing?
I'm good.
Yes.
I am also happy to be with you today,
Oh, okay.
especially after this journey.
Yes.
I'm so excited to be here and just laugh with you.
Yes.
And maybe just heal also. It could also be a healing space.
So, guys, today we are talking about the political atmosphere that happened. It was Wednesday, right?
Nope is taking over Kampala.
Talk about the
Even here in Masaka,
Yeah.
the council has a mayor who is Nope and a whole council that is Nope. And so it is opposition itself as a council now. And so that's weird.
But is it good really? I think that's not good, by the way. If two people are in the same house and they're always agreeing on the same thing, definitely one of them is useless. So now I see this scenario that we reach into the council and it is all red. If they say from the top do this, no one will object.
I would want to think of it as having a new different type for Uganda and for the cities itself. In a sense that the fact that we now have more of red trending everywhere, let the wave pass. It's like a wave in the sea, it's like a tide. It's high now, but it will cool off at some point.
Sure it is
and so
cool off?
it will, but definitely it will take some time. Because everyone is just excited. It's like falling in love. Everyone has fallen in love with red, the way they fell in love with FDC. And so that's what happens in every marriage. And so this is the marriage we're having now in Kampala of red. That people have ignored personalities and decided to go with the color they want.
Some people disclaimer, I'm not a tribalistic man, but there are these people who have a propaganda who say, maybe these people are choosing propaganda. Maybe these people are choosing their own and they're shunning away other people. How do you see? Is it serious? Is it propaganda? What would be your take?
I wouldn't want to be misquoted. but my experience is I've also felt some tribal sentiments being an Achom.
Yeah.
Even when Nakawa is a United Nation, where I contested, we want to always call it United Nation of Kampala.
Yes, I believe.
But the problem is there has been the urge to also do, I think, what people call a Kabaka Yeka party, rebranded in 2021. And so the card, we could say there are people who are pushing that agenda, but you can't say that is the Bobby Wine agenda. We'd want to say the man is trying to change the electoral process in Uganda. He's trying to fight for a liberated Uganda. But we say like the NRM, there are good people in the NRM. Yes. There are good people in the FDC. And so even as the FDC, this kind of wave has also taught us to clean our own house, because at some point FDC was also starting to be called the Chiga party.
You see, Uganda as a whole, how we voted, someone might say the Western voted for the man with the hat. And someone might say, yeah, the Northeast, almost all the MPs of FDC, they come from FDC. 32, we have only like 2 who don't come from there. Of course, Uganda and Central. Guys are just into Bobby Wine. They can eat him for breakfast, lunch, and supper. And actually, I'm asking myself, Achom, don't you really think that Uganda is nothing more than a tribal political donut? Like, people are now voting their own. If I'm in Uganda, I vote in Uganda. If I'm a Northeasterner, I'll vote a Northeasterner. If I'm a Westerner, I'll vote Museveni alone. Is it?
So I've been hearing what has hurt the man with the hat is that Buganda decided to support their own. But for me it is funny because Buganda is not just Baganda. Buganda is Kampala. Kampala is a very mixed place. Yeah. In my own place where there are so many Achoms, Bobby Wine rode over Amriat. I would want to say he was just playing dumb. But there is the tribal sentiment, yes? Tribal because of personalities in this game, but it wasn't the score. It wasn't.
But aren't we being hypocritical? Because what I actually think we are all separated in our tribal sentiments. Like, I always believe that voters of Uganda are really naive. They don't have any civic awareness. I think they say, let us look for our own. Let us vote our own. But that does not excuse the fact that actually they are all tribalistic. So I would actually be right if I said Uganda is a tribalistic leaning political donut.
You become a reckless father when your own children do not see you as their father. That you have to wake up every day and emphasize that I am your father.
So you're saying it is okay to be tribalistic?
What I'm trying to say is Museveni wanted to be the father of Uganda, but the children of Uganda decided to have their own fathers. That so the people from the east saw their father, who they have really been wanted to see on a ballot. Wow. And the people from Uganda have taken long without seeing their own. That was in their ballot. Yes, and so he was the stepfather who wanted to be the original father in this election. People had to own their own. It's about ownership. For any election, someone wants to own their own.
That's what is the problem.
And that is how Amuriat won in some places in Lango, because there is the association with you. The people I remember there is the statement they said that for long the people from northern Uganda would be it's said quietly that the people of northern Uganda would say they have been voting Besije. But then Museveni is always going through. Does it mean we are stupid that we keep on giving Besije and he never wins? And so that is how Mao started having grounds in some parts of Acholi and Lango. No, it's not being tribalistic. People just start to own some of their own when they have shortfalls for long. That even while this has happened, you'll find that in 2026, I am just giving a reckless prediction. I can't predict for 2026 now. But you'd find that in 2026, maybe the people from northern Uganda will be like, but why did we give Bobby Wine? Yet we had our own from the east. If that is if he's to come back. Or why don't we look for a younger blood? There is always the whole discussion in the voters' mind around the alternative they want. Every time you stand for an elective position, the voters are looking for the alternative to you. And so people looked for Museveni's alternative.
Sorry for the interruption. If I can ask you, and I want you to give me an honest opinion actually. You're Langi. Okay, you can say half Langi. Now, if you're in Nakawa, like where you stood, would you want someone, another Langi, to give you a vote because you're a fellow tribe mate, or you want them to give you a vote because you have convinced them? Would you accept a vote if you knew that, for example, if I was Langi and I said, I'm going to vote Achon because she's Langi, would you accept that vote?
The Katikiro of Buganda made a statement this week.
Are you deflecting?
And said, Omwana Vashi Buganda, those things,
Yes.
Everywhere, the minister should now be from Buganda, everything Buganda. And so for the first time, NRM had candidates from Buganda who have all been hit ministers by the Noop wave. Unfortunately, they were in Buganda, but most of them were not from where?
From Noop.
From Buganda. Most of them are not from Buganda. The NRM candidates who were winning in Buganda claimed to be from Buganda, but were not from Buganda. And so literally your interests for the people are less.
Really? So you want...
What I'm trying to say is your own focuses in your interests.
Really?
You cannot tell me Navakoba was working for the people of Mitiana. And so they had to look for a Joyce Burger to hit her off.
This is why I find it unfair.
And so that was the alternative they needed of their own.
It's not an alternative. You're sugarcoating the whole idea of tribalism when it comes to voting. Because what people are doing, they are going up to your grandfather. If your grandfather migrated from
why is it tribalism on Noop and it is not, it is patriotism on N?
No, actually, this is not what I'm trying to mean. That's blackmail. Now, what you're doing,
I'm being honest.
You're being honest.
I'm being honest because
in a country like Uganda that has so many tribes, we have even Banyaranda and everything. Actually, we have Acholi. We have it's a tribe. It's a tribe. And we also have from the Nubis in Masindi. But people decided to vote Bobby Wine. Yeah. And it could also not be the tribal factor. It could also be the age factor.
No,
the young man speaks to my interests as a young woman. He also speaks. His songs give me liberation.
You're now into music. Which songs? Which songs do you
As long as you speak to some of my needs, I will own you as my own. So the old man with the heart speaks for 5 minutes and you're dozing on a TV set. And Bobby Wine will tell you, Webereremu. And so even me, who wants to know what slang is and feel that nice vibe, I will Jakwebereremu.
But why can't we accept and we say like Uganda now is on a state where it needs federal system? Why you find Banyankole, or the Westerners will say, yes, we are tribalistic, we'll always vote a Westerner. Then we say,
Betty Kamiarena from her own idea.
Yes.
And then so do you think it will work?
I think we need to come clean because all we are doing, we are sugarcoating. This is how I see it, actually, to be honest with you. We are sugarcoating the idea. We are like, the Central are voting in Uganda because he's in Uganda and they are saying, we don't want to call it tribalism. The Westerner is voting in Munyankole or Mhima and they are sugarcoating, they want to say that it is tribalism. Same goes to the North.
It's called patriotism.
It's called patriotism these days now. Me, what I want people to
the same way we took our training schools to somewhere there, and whoever has gone through there has gone through patriotism in NRM, not for Uganda. So when you go to the training school, Chankwanzi,
yes,
and you come out, you are now a patriot.
That's
but
brainwashing.
So let's just say no. I think we just love our Uganda the way it is. It's going to work out.
I think it's a time bomb. Do you agree? Like I think it's a time bomb. Like anytime this one will go up, someone comes and knocks on your door,
but,
probably choke you or hit you with a stone.
Go this tribal journey, but don't you
I think a tribal factor works for us as a country as well at this point, unless it goes high end, like to a Rwanda style.
There's no way how it doesn't go there.
We can decide to neutralize this because the beauty of it is we only don't have two tribes. We have many tribes. And so people have many attachments. And we don't have that whole tribal statement that says, do not marry this tribe. And so people have already intermixed. I have a son from Western Uganda. I am from Northern Uganda. Yes. And so I cannot play a tribal card to the extreme. So the beauty is Uganda cannot play the extreme tribal card.
Tribalism. Oh, tribalism.
So we have a moderate tribalism in a sense. You want me to agree? And so if we have this card that if Buganda and Busoga can give a block vote, and some parts of Eastern Uganda can give a block vote to the man from Magiri, and then the West gives a block vote to Museveni. And then we have Northeast consolidate and give to someone, like we say the man on naked feet.
Yes.
Give him also a block vote. For the first time, the beauty is we had people choose their own. We have always had only two running mates who are powerful in every election.
What exactly do you mean when you say people choose their own? What does that mean? What should that mean?
In our elections
in Uganda, we have carelessly only had to, in 2016, we only had either Besigye, or even while there were other candidates, either Besigye or Museveni. This time round, we had two oppositions. And so if strategically this continues for the next 5 years, and we have a 2026, it is so easy for us to have change in this country that if FDC and NUP and maybe to become one, a coalition, because of the strength they have shown as two leading oppositions now. FDC is maybe losing, maybe they haven't strengthened their structures, but in these 5 years, support each other, strengthen their structures. We are able to actually change government because what has been hitting us, listen, let me finish. Yes, yes. What has been hitting us, we've only had Museveni say he owns parts of Karamoja. They are the ones who give him vote. Now let us imagine Amriat who speaks Ateso. Run to Karamoja. Those people understand each other. And beyond. You see, I am telling you, everything works for good.
Yes.
And beyond.
Now bring God into this. Okay,
and beyond by his own. And break that chain of excuse. That
is dangerous words. Same language. God
and beyond as their own.
He was called Lord's Resistance Army, by the way.
And
Lakwena, his sister, was strategic enough to even make women join a liberation struggle.
Wow.
So what I am trying to tell you is to all beyond by your own. If we have him take it off from the eastern part, and that vote that Museveni claims to always be his, and the north.
Yes.
It's like tiring. It's like being hyenas. A hyena pack coming and killing the lion Museveni. You all fall on him in his weakness because he's not an old lion and tear him apart with the different strengths. Then we're able to actually achieve change. And that will lead us to a coalition government. So I think of it in that direction.
Yeah, actually, I understand your point. I definitely agree with you. So, guys, it was nice having you around. As again, this is the Needed Report. Your host, Tarema Kosi, Constantine. Enjoy your day.
And Bye. FDC.